Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. Folks, I have some breaking news for you about the stimulus package. Also, I'll give you a sense of what to expect in the next couple of days. I've actually done a detailed video about that, but I do have some breaking news about the stimulus package right now. Thank you so much for being a viewer and a subscriber. Let's just jump right in to the breaking news. So for our viewers and subscribers, I can report that the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, has actually broken the tiebreaker. She was the 51st vote to proceed on the stimulus package. So keep in mind that all 50 Republican senators voted against the motion to proceed to the stimulus package. All 50 Democratic senators voted for the motion to proceed the debate and the voting and the amendment process on the stimulus package, the budget reconciliation. And therefore, the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, showed up and she cast the tie-breaking vote. And now we have a situation where the Senate can now begin debate on the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. So it is just now that they are going to begin the debate, okay? And before they begin the debate, there's going to be a reading of the entire 600 plus page stimulus package. So we're talking about, folks, I believe the new version of the stimulus package is now 628 pages. So we're looking at somebody in the Senate reading out the entire 628 page bill. And this was requested by Senator Ron Johnson, the Republican from Wisconsin. So basically, the Republican senators are forcing the clerk to read the entire 628 page bill out loud. Yep, you heard that right. The entire 628 page bill was the clerk started reading the entire bill out loud at 3:21 p.m. East Coast time today. So by the time you're watching this, hopefully, for the sake of the clerk, I hope that the clerk has finished reading the bill. But it's quite likely that as you watch this video, the clerk is still reading the 628 page bill. Pretty incredible what's going on. And by the way, just to give you all a sense of what to expect, here's the channel, the Ignition Time channel. By the way, thank you everyone for being a viewer and a subscriber. Our channel has been growing very rapidly. So I want you to know that you are greatly appreciated. I recommend that you watch this video, what to expect with stimulus in the next 48 hours, where I break down the entire process on what you can expect as far as stimulus is concerned in the next 48 hours. Let me show you that video again. Here it is. This is the video, what to expect on stimulus in the next 48 hours. So definitely make sure you visit the homepage of our channel and watch that video. In short, now the clerk will start reading out the entire bill, which could take almost 10 hours, folks. The clerk is expected to read the 628 page bill. How long would it take you to read 628 pages out loud? This is not a contest. This is not a competition. This is just to give you a sense of how ridiculous the whole exercise is. This is a political ploy, and it is again. I feel bad for the clerk. I'm not sure whether it's the same clerk who'll read the entire bill or whether the clerk's going to be in shifts. But boy, oh boy. Actually, speaking of the clerk, I tell you what, I actually have a live feed off the floor of the Senate right now. Let's take a look and see what's going on right now live.
Funds, the Secretary of Agriculture shall use the amounts made available pursuant to subsection A, 1, to purchase food and agricultural commodities, 2, to purchase...
Folks, the clerk is reading the bill right now, everyone. So what you're looking at is the clerk reading the entire bill. Let's listen in.
...profit organizations and through restaurants and other food-related entities as determined by the Secretary that may receive, store, process, and distribute food items. 3, to make grants and loans for small or mid-sized food processors or distributors, seafood processing facilities and processing vessels, farmers markets, producers or other organizations.
Yes, this is really happening. If you're just joining us, the Senate Republicans have requested a reading of the entire 628 page bill. The reading of the bill will last several hours, and it will be followed by 20 hours of debate on the bill, and then that will be followed by amendments, and then that will be followed by a vote arama. So what we are looking at, everyone, in the next 2-3 days is quite a lot of drama on the floor of the Senate. I do expect still, I just want to be clear, I do expect this bill to indeed pass, but not after its fair share of drama. And again, getting back to the floor of the Senate, honestly, I feel for the clerk. Let's listen.
Small establishment, have the meaning given those terms in the final rule entitled Pathogen Reduction, Hazard Analysis, and Critical Control.
That's the clerk right there. Right here. Here's the clerk reading.
FED Reg 38806, 2, overtime inspection cost reduction. Notwithstanding Section 10703 of the Farm Security and Rural Investment Act of 2002, 7 U.S.C. 2219A, the Act of June 5, 1948, 21 U.S.C. 695, Section 25 of the Poultry Products Inspection Act, 21 U.S.C. 468, and Section 24 of the Egg Products Inspection Act, 21 U.S.C. 1053, and any regulations promulgated by the Department of.
Now, for our viewers and subscribers, I'm going to get my hands on the 628-page bill, and if you want me to read it and break down the highlights for you, just let me know in the comment section below. I would be happy to do that for our community. In the meantime, I can tell you that the Republicans are in an attack mode. They're in a coordinated attack. The Republicans are forming a coordinated attack against the stimulus plan. I heard some pretty incredible comments from Senator Kennedy in Louisiana, call it spending porn. He said that calling this a stimulus bill would be like calling Harvey Weinstein a feminist. And he called it an orgy of spending porn. In fact, he called it an orgy of pork. Yeah, folks, I don't even use words like that. And I can't imagine that somebody would actually say that. But yes, Senator Kennedy from Louisiana, pretty colorful character, he said that. I'll bring you comments from Josh Hawley from Missouri, who talked against the stimulus package. I'll bring you comments from Chuck Grassley, the senior most Republican in the United States Senate, who's been in the Senate for over 40 years. He's 87 years old, and he's considering running for a 7th term in the United States Senate, another term in the United States Senate at the end of the year. So he basically, said that this was a program for disaster. And I'll bring you comments from the Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who basically said that, who basically responded to President Biden calling the reopening of Texas and Mississippi and other states, I quote, Neanderthal thinking. So the Republicans are mounting a coordinated pressure campaign against the stimulus package, but I do want to tell you that the Democrats have the vote to pass this. Let's listen in one more time for a few seconds to the clerk before I give you my closing comments, okay? So let's get back to the clerk.
7 U.S.C. 1991A 13C, which are located in a rural area, the median household income of the population to be served by which is less than the greater of the poverty line or the applicable percentage determined under Section 3570.63B of Title VII Code of Federal Regulations of the state non-metropolitan median household income, and for which the performance of any construction work completed with grant funds shall meet the conditions.
So there you have it, everyone. That's what's going on right now on the floor of the Senate. I promise you I'll keep you posted. I want you to know, folks, that I greatly appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. I'll talk to you soon, and I'll keep you posted. Folks, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. That would really mean a lot to me. That does help out the YouTube algorithm. That actually is your way of appreciating all the work, everyone, that goes into this channel. So I assure you that if you do that, that would go a long way in helping our channel. I just want you to know that I appreciate you. We work hard on this channel. I can tell you that right now, the way things stand, I can tell you that the Democrats are on one side, firm and committed with their 50 votes, with the tie-breaking vote from Vice President Kamala Harris, and the Republicans are on the other side, essentially opposing this with everything that they have. In fact, the Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell, said that all the Republicans would fight it. There were some rumblings from Senator Lisa Murkowski from Alaska, who said, hey, we've been impacted. The oil and gas states like Alaska and Texas have lost money in 2020. They collected less money in 2020 relative to 2019. And by the way, Florida also did pretty badly. And what's interesting is California made more tax revenue in 2020 relative to 2019. I'll be covering that in more detail in a future training video. But I have to tell you that Senator Lisa Murkowski was thinking of supporting the bill. At least those were the early indications. But it seems like the Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell, did indeed get through to her and she was a no for the bill. So folks, a lot of information here. Please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. I want you to know I would greatly appreciate that, and that helps out the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.